Hello everyone, and welcome to Fat 50 and Running a Marathon, a channel dedicated to health, diet, fitness, and goal achievement. I'm your humble host, Topher, and I hope you'll like this video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, I hope you'll share your thoughts, opinions, and relatable stories in the comments section. This is the Thick or Thin Thursday video for the 17th of October, 2024. So, first off, Nancy is back from the cruise, safe and sound. Glad to have her back, and she had a great time. And I even ended up with a bracelet from my goddaughter for it, so I'm feeling pretty good myself. I do not have anything new to report in regards to the foot. My appointment is on Halloween Day, actually, and that's, other than having the wires taken out of my toes, absolutely nothing is different than it was last week, and I think last week actually is when I got the wires taken out, so I have nothing new to report in regards to that other than the fact that I'm still wearing the boot and the wires are out of my toes. So, you go. I wanted to talk very briefly about the minimum daily requirement. That's something that I brought up last week, and that was something that Sam Bennett discussed in her book, Start Right Where You Are. And yes, I am going to have to refer to the screen every once and again because I want to be sure to try and get everything into the video that I possibly can. So, what I said I would share with you my minimum daily requirements, and I'm going to share with you what my current minimum daily requirements are. And they are exercise, laughter, making sure my wife knows I love and appreciate her, consuming deliberately, work on a currently non-paying project, reading, time in the garden, and flossing. These are my minimum daily requirements. These are the things that I want to absolutely demand of myself. Now, in regards to that, one of the books that I did read this past week was Grit by Angela Duckworth, and I think I mentioned that last week. I don't think I had finished it quite but when I made the video, but yes, I did read Grit by Angela Duckworth. And I mentioned, yes, I know I did, because I put in the link to her TED Talk, which I'll do in the description for this video as well. Things that I wanted that I share with you that I garnered from that book. The concept of sisu. It's established by the Finns, and it is explained on Google, or translated on Google, as the ability to persevere through challenges and adversity and to continue on despite the odds. Can be translated as strength of will, determination, tenacity, grit, bravery, resilience, or hardiness. They believe it can be taught, and or hardiness. Period. That's the end of the translation. What struck me about sisu was that when speaking to Finns about what it meant and having them explain it to her, then asking them, is this something that can be taught? And them saying, yes, actually it can be taught. So despite the fact that it is the spirit of Finland, what they see is their unifying spirit is sisu, they still believe it can be taught. So I found that absolutely fascinating myself. And so I went and I took Angela Duckworth's Grit scale, and I got a 3.0 on the 5.0 scale, which is not particularly spectacular. It only puts me at about ahead of about 20% of the adults who've taken the exams. So that suggests to me that I probably don't have a whole lot of grit, but according to the Finns, I can develop my sisu, so I'm feeling good about that. One of the book, and something that I did read, or not read, but it's something that I watched over the course of this past week, was a movie called Conan O'Brien Can't Stop, and I do believe that that is very much in keeping with sisu. If you watch him, the guy just can't lay down for very long. He can't sit down for very long. Even if he's sitting down, he has to be working, and he has the tenacity, and I believe that's how he ended up hosting late night back in the 90s at such, he was very young at that time. I don't even think he was in his 30s yet. And he's been around TV for a long time. And I think it's because he has such tenacity. So, that's something else that I read this week, was the book Grit, and watched the movie Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. Also read the book Built Not Born by Tom Golisano. The main takeaway from that book is entrepreneurs are made, not born. In essence, everybody has the ability to become an entrepreneur. It's just but the author does suggest that maybe not everybody should be an entrepreneur, and I can completely see that too. But I'm going to leave a link to it. It's an okay book. It might be better for other people. It's not a bad book, so that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm currently reading The Untethered Soul by Michael Allen Singer. One of the main takeaways that I want to take away from it, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, is this quote that I have here: "Consciousness is always drawn to the most distracting object." I believe that firmly, so it doesn't even matter whether you have or suffer from conditions like ADD or ADHD or anything like that, or I think we all, it's right there. It sums it up for each and every one of us. Consciousness is always drawn to the most distracting object, which made me think about something that I read once before, which is, it's not, the problem isn't your the problem isn't the problem. The problem is your view of the problem. And I've tried to apply that more and more all the time. I've tried to run that through my head more and more all the time to make it a reality for myself. Another great quote that I got from this book that I want to share with you is, "If you mistreat an animal, it becomes afraid. This is what you have done to your psyche." And if you read the book, you will see exactly what he's talking about, how we mistreat our minds, how we're our own worst critics, how we speak ill of ourselves in our head. That inner voice, and how very, very rarely is anybody born with a good, natural inner voice that helps them and assists them. Rather, it's more of a voice that is to your own detriment. So anyway, that's in regard to the book Untethered Soul by Michael Allen Singer. I'll have a link down to it, and next week I will have finished it, and I'll tell you more about that. The Einstein quote that I was trying to think of last week, I have it here, and that is, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." That's what Einstein said, and that's from the man himself. Let's face it, the guy's name is synonymous with genius. So, you know, who's the Einstein who did whatever the hell? So that's something I think in regards to, I think we should all take that into consideration, the fact that Einstein said that. And I'm going to read it just because of that. I'm going to read it one more time, and that is, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." Now, admittedly, Einstein didn't speak much English, if any English at all, and so that's a translation of what he said in all likelihood. But nonetheless, there you have the quote. So, now that I've gone on and on and on and talked and rambled, but I did want to share with you what I've been doing this week, particularly since I haven't been able to do much of anything, and that's the thin part of this week, and that is, I haven't done much of anything, and I have no excuse for that. Right over here, right to my right, is a basket that has a DVD player in it, and in it is a Tai Chi video, which would not require any foot movement whatsoever, and I have not taken that out, and I have not done Tai Chi. Also, there's plenty of things in yoga that I can do that would not require me to move my foot. I wouldn't be able to do the whole workout, but I haven't done any of that either, and so that's the thin part, and that's where I need to be perfectly honest with you. The thick part is that Nancy and Heidi got me not only one but 2 different barrels, and I'm very, very close to being able to put my 3 buckets into my 1 barrel and start my whole composting process. See, right now what I consider going on is material accumulation, but eventually the process is going to start, and the process itself of compost is going to be starting very soon, because I have 2 55-gallon buckets, and I'm really excited about that. And I do promise you that very, very, very soon I'm going to be taking the camera out to the backyard, and you're going to be seeing, I'm going to be showing you what I'm doing out in the garden, and we're all going to be going on this journey together, because this channel is dedicated to health, diet, fitness, and goal achievement, and my goal is to have a healthy garden that feeds the people I love, and the diet and health involves eating food that I make myself, and eating more vegetables and eating more plants. I'm not going full-on vegetarian or vegan, but I do want to incorporate more plant life into my diet, and I want to help the people I love live longer by getting more vitamins into their bodies via plants and fruits and vegetables. So that's why we're going to be doing the gardening series, because I believe that it's pertinent to health, diet, fitness, and goal achievement. So, off a soapbox, and I will see you guys next week. And there went Nancy's phone, but that's okay, because it's towards the very end. And I thank you very much for watching, and remember, only by taking care of ourselves first are we capable of taking care of others. Topher.